Hello and welcome to the latest Lukozer retro game review video, and for this one it was the arcade conversion that nobody thought would ever happen. Dragon's Lair was released by Software Projects. I believe it was in 1987 this came out. And just the very idea of trying to, convert Dragon's Lair to a Commodore 64 was laughable. Right? Nobody thought it could be done, and okay, you could say, well, I'll admire them for giving it a bash. Or you could say, well, it's a fucking stupid idea because it is frankly impossible. It's never going to look anything like the arcade original. And it would take some doing to make it play like the arcade original. The arcade game was one that really polarised opinion. You either loved it or you hated it because of the way that you actually controlled it. I was a big fan of Dragon's Lair. In fact, of the three Don Bluth games that came along, although I was a fan of all three, this one was, for me, by far the best. Space Ace and Dragon's Lair 2 were just way too hard. Okay, Dragon's Lair isn't exactly a walk in the park, but it's a damn sight easier than those two. So how did they go about converting Dragon's Lair to a Commodore 64? Well, they did it firstly by making a number of the levels play absolutely fuck all like Dragon's Lair. The first level, which I'll get to in a moment, I'm doing this intro now because even back in the day I was not that great at this game, and now I'm pretty hopeless at it, so the chances are you're only going to see the first bloody level. Unlike the arcade game, the levels aren't randomised, you do them in a set order. There's only, I think, about 8 levels. There was no way they were going to get all of the levels in the game. And one thing that it did bring in, which was pretty revolutionary really, was that while you were playing, or if you had the tape version anyway, while you were playing the level you were on, it was loading the next one in. Which is quite impressive, and I was one of many people who thought, well, why don't they use this multi-loader system in all the other games? But I recently learned that the reason for that is because this game is so simple that it allowed that to work. Games that were not even that much weren't even that complex, it would never work with them. So yeah, that explains why this game is rather simplistic and basic, and using words like that makes you think, oh dear, this isn't going to be very good. And I mean, let's cut to the chase, it's not very good. Because I was such a fan of Dragon's Lair in the day, I bought this on site, basically because, well, A, I was a fan of the arcade original, and B, I just couldn't believe that this had even been tried. I hadn't seen any reviews, I don't even remember seeing any advertising for it. I just saw on the shelf in one of the shops, Dragon's Lair for Commodore 64. Okay, right, I'll buy it, let's see what it's like, So right, here we go. So the first level is the one where you ride the falling platform. But as you can see, you're controlling Dirk directly. And he's also got these like wind things trying to blow him off the platform. Well, they weren't in the fucking arcade original. Just as you know, controlling Dirk directly was never in the arcade original. And there's one of just a huge number of things in this game that were not in the arcade original in any way, shape or form. I'm actually doing... I'm about to put the kiss of death on it. Oh no. I was going to say I'm actually doing a lot better than I usually do, but there you go, fallen off it. Which means you now have to go back to the very start and well, go through the whole thing again. Again, the losing the life bit, well, I guess that's as close as they probably could have got. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, this is probably as close to the arcade original when you lost the life as they could get, but nevertheless, it's still not, well, yeah, it really isn't very good. Alright, here we go. There's some very dodgy collision detection in this game, and a lot of the time you found yourself supposedly falling off the platform, or particularly the platform that you jump onto or jump off in order to get on that, you know, falling circular platform. And so it would act like you'd fallen off it, when in fact you were nowhere near falling off it. So even if you do get past this bit, you then got to be bloody careful when you're on the other platform. I'm going to be blown off here because, okay, I'm surely going to be blown off that time. I can't believe again, I'm doing better than I thought, but now I think I started yeah, I was nowhere near centre, so you got to sit through this again. And the next level after this, which it don't look like I'm going to get to, is the Creepy Crypt. And that one does actually play like the arcade game. If only I could get to the fucking thing, I could then show you, you know, that there are parts of this conversion that do play like the arcade original. As it is, I'm almost certainly not going to get there anyway, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you. So you may want to check you know, other YouTube channels, and you'll find like long play videos of the whole game. Better yet, go onto Steam and buy Dragon's Lair on Steam, which is the full arcade original as it should be, and just say bollocks to this fucking conversion, which is fucking annoying because it plays fuck all like fuck off on Jad again, but it plays fuck all like the arcade original on most of the levels, and is, you know, annoying, frustrating, and just, and it's not total bollocks because, so they were faced with an impossible task. It was a ridiculous idea, but in a couple of levels they did actually get it to play vaguely like you know, the arcade original. There was a second Dragon's Lair that came out which featured more of the rooms from the arcade original, Dragon's Lair 2 Escape from Sing's Castle. Again, the majority of the levels looked and played fuck all like the arcade version. That time, for that game, the music was, I think it was Rob Hubbard who did the music for it, I think. But it was monstrously intrusive. It didn't fit the game at all, and I thought it was fucking awful. And yet, reviews, or pretty unanimously said that Escape from Singer's Castle was a lot better than the original. I mean, neither of them are great, but yeah, keep your expectations realistically low. Okay, I'm going to regret this, but I'll give it one more go. There we are. Right, so, jump on. So of course, you have to run into the things trying to blow you off it, and of course those things never appeared in the arcade original. You know, he just stood on there shitting his pants like he usually did in most levels. Now you see there, I was nowhere near the fucking edge, and yet it had me falling off the thing. That's part of what I was saying about the dodgy collision detection. I mean, you know, absolutely nowhere fucking near the end. And you can't just stand on that end platform and take your time, because if you take too long it just slides away from under your feet and you fall off anyway. So essentially you're going to fall no matter what you do. And it absolutely does not give you much time to position yourself to jump on the next platform. I think you have to go past 8 of those fucking things that keep blowing you off, and then the first platform comes along that you can jump onto. But in my warm-up games, as I say, I've had 2 sort of practice goes. The best I ever did was get to the first of those you know, jump-off points, and oh, you fucking wanker! And what was I saying? Oh yeah, I got to the first of the jump-off points, but before I could even press fire to jump off, the disc part set off again. So yeah, I was a bit fucked up about that. Not as fucked up as I was when I bought the game, but not far from it. Right, so I've done 2, this one's almost certainly going to do me in. Okay, right, so I've done 3. 4, so I'm at the halfway stage. I don't think I was central enough there. That's 7. Here we are. Jump on it. And okay, it looks like I've done it. But now you got to be bloody careful, because that happens. You fucking arseholing poxy fucking thing. Oh, well, I can't be fucking bothered, so I'm just sending him down. So there you go, Dragon's Lair for Commodore 64. I can't stand it. Poxy, frustrating load of shit. So how do I rate it? Well, I don't. It really is bollocks. So yeah, just get the proper game on Steam. That will only cost you, I think it's about £8 or something. So that actually costs you less than this game cost to buy in the day. This was a tenner back then. I give this 1.5 out of 10. And yeah, it was a fucking pointless exercise, and it was, well, I suppose some would say it's as good as they could have done, but I mean, if this was as good as they could have done, then you just have to ask yourself, why the fuck did they even bother? So there you go, 1.5 out of 10, Dragon's Lair for Commodore 64, utter waste of fucking time. Go and buy the Steam version instead. So that brings this video to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.